Hey guys, this is going to be a review of Australians, The Office. So I've watched all three offices. So the British one, for me, will always be the best one. With the American Office, it kind of loses what the British Office kind of portrayed and stuff, which was a manager who was very cringy. To the point where it's kind of painful, where American it kind of does its own sort of thing. It's okay. I don't see, this is a thing with American humour. A lot of it some of it, like the show is very memeable, and the American version is very memeable, but there's times where I'm not like the comedy a lot of the time isn't like laugh out loud. Don't get me wrong, there's moments where I laugh out loud, but with the British one, it's totally different. Anyway, now on to the Australian one. When I found out there's going to be an Australian office, to be fair, I didn't think it was going to be any good. I didn't have high hopes for it, but actually, I kind of like it now. The humour, I will say, is the humour is kind of, they're trying to be the British office, with the same sort of humour, not as obviously, again, the British one is superior, but it kind of goes towards kind of trying to kind of emulate the British one, whereas the American one kind of stood by itself on its own, probably mainly because we don't really get each other's humours, because I don't really think the Americans really get our humour either. So the American one kind of stands on its own, whereas this one kind of tries to emulate the British one, which isn't a bad thing. I do find those moments that are a bit funny. When I first watched the first few episodes, I was a bit unsure. Maybe I thought this was just going to be like a try hard kind of situation, but there are kind of funny moments in it as well. So I did really enjoy it. I'm not sure what other people think of it. I think it's like 4.5 on Prime. I'm not sure. So if you want to see this is I believe it's a Prime exclusive. I'm not sure, but I just know it's on Prime. That's the only streaming service I use, so I know it's on. I know it's on Prime, so I don't know if it's on any other streaming service. But yeah, I do enjoy it. Again, it has that setup of that manager that's really kind of weird. This woman is kind of quite, at first I wasn't a massive fan of her, but she's kind of one of those kind of like trying to be kind of cool sort of people, very cringe. As I said, that's why I said it's kind of a bit like the British one, where this manager is a bit cringe. I mean, it's not full on like David Brent cringe, because if you've not seen the British Office, then you should see the British, because he is cringe. Or watch the Life on the Road film, which is a spin-off following his David Brent's life after The Office. But I enjoy it. It has some funny parts to it. But yeah. As I said, it's worth a try, it's worth a watch. If you're American, I don't know if you'll like it or not. If you're British, you probably will like it. I mean, as I said, I like it. Its framework, I think, like a bit like the American one, where it has that love interest and that person's already in a relationship kind of drama kind of thing. So it kind of does, as I said, does kind of follow that kind of formula. In a way, but other than that, I'm pleasantly surprised. If I was to rate this, if I was to rate it out of 5, I'd give it a 4. It is interesting. There is some laughs on it. I did carry on watching the episode, so I'll give it that. I did enjoy it. As I said, if you're American, you may not enjoy it, because the humour is more kind of on the British side. But yeah, that's it for this review. So bye.